So do you remember this whole thing developing, and how did you get Vince to
Oh,
come down?
absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, that was part of the deal of them sending us some uh, talent to help us out down there to keep us afloat with while I was working up there as well. And the deal, it first started basically, the deal with me and Bret Hart was going really big in the WWE. And so, I asked Vince, I said, is there a possibility that we could send, you could send Bret and Owen and some of the guys down and help us out on Monday nights in Memphis. So that's what I did. And then now the one thing I can't remember exactly how it happened was I think that I had one of the championship, our Memphis championship belt up in the WWE when I was doing a show up there, and I think it was Vince's idea to make an interview or to make a promo holding the belt and talking about that he was sending some WWE talent down to this. There was just his first, I think, opportunity to be, as we call it, a heel. To talk down to the fans, whereas in the past, all Vince had ever done was, the commentary and the WWE and talk up the product and talk good to the fans and everything. But then when he was defending the WWE against this inferior Memphis territory, it's his first opportunity to be a heel, and I think he fell in love with it. And then he volunteered to come down, and he sat at ringside during one, wound up tripping me, and had Pat Patterson there as his bodyguard. And I honestly believe that was, like you said, the genesis of the heel Mr. McMahon, who I think became, still in my mind, the best heel. And I'm not saying this because I work for the guy or trying to kiss up to him or anything, but during the Attitude Era with Stone Cold Steve Austin and the stuff with The Rock, I think he's the best heel that has ever been in the WWE.
And you could see it 3+ years before it actually dawned in the Attitude Era on that Memphis Championship Wrestling and the McMemphis storyline, where you see him, like you said, he got physically involved. He got knocked out at one point, and you saw the WWF guys, which was a majority of baby faces, including Randy Savage coming back to Memphis and Bret coming down to Memphis, and even Owen Hart, before he was a heel, coming to Memphis as a babyface. But they were bad guys because they were the outsiders, and it was so cool that you guys could manipulate one audience, your Memphis audience, to hate the WWF guys and jeer them, and then on the WWF side of things, you're the top heel, and it's unbelievable. So it's very cool that you were able to kind of play both of those roles at that one time.
Yeah, and it was really a lot of fun too, and that was like a first time ever when Bret came down. I had Bret on my podcast, Dinner with the King, as a matter of fact, a little plug there. But I had Bret on my podcast, and we talked about that at length, and he said that was his time ever to work where the crowd was against him, and he just really enjoyed it. And it was just it was so much fun, and so that made it. I mean, especially for me, because I've been working down in Memphis, and the crowd loved me and was behind me all the way. And then of course going up in the WWE, and I was the most evil villain that they had up there for a while, and so it was fun to get to do both of the things at the same time, basically.